Take two. And it looks like it is within normal parameters. I don't know what was going on before. All right, well, I'm mostly set up. Um, let's see. Let's get the music going. Pretzel freaked out. All right, how about some funk? There's that. Now let's get the Discord bit going. Is Capitan there? Capitan's awake. Good. All right. It's good. Take two or take three today. Let's get the Discord announce out. Some people really don't get the Twitch announcements, and they've asked for Discord. So, yeah, and it looks like the CPU usage is hanging in about normal. All right. I just got my phone to do. Come on, phone. You can do it. We had a couple of goats born this morning. Not the best day for kidding. All right. Let's get going. Now we've been working in box. Here's box. And that font's a little big. Does that seem big to you? Seems a little big. We'll see how it goes. It's probably good for the stream. Yeah, I think I'm going to make the font just a touch smaller. One more. There we go. All right, so there's that. We're going to toss up another console, probably another one after that. Um, just build with this one. Next one's going to be the Godot side of it. Well, let's see where we left off. Good morning, Xenocron. Yes, good Friday. Happy Friday. All right, boxes. Yes, I cheated. I did a little bit more. All right. So I was playing around with the top left piece here. Oh, you started using Doom Emacs, Edo. Oh, very cool. I used Emacs for, goodness, year and a half or so. Probably, I went between, was it Viper mode and Evil mode, but it just never sat well with me. So we're going to try to clean that up a little bit. Um, it's starting and ending at the right place. So if we look at the radius for the top left, you can see that as we make the radius smaller, it gets down to a point. So that's working. Negative, it goes, and it can actually go negative, which lends to other problems. We can fix that later. But right now, I want to focus on that inner corner. And it looks good up to about here, where you can see it getting thin in this place right here. You know, maybe we just forget it. I mean, how often are we going to have a use case where it actually gets to that point where it's an issue? 'Cause this isn't a bad curve when it's small. It's when it's a little bit more amplified. Uh, let's play around with it. We can make it better. Oh, and let's see. I don't have Firefox up because I just rebooted everything. Yeah, OBS was using like 50% CPU usage, which was really weird. My computer was just having a bad morning. What is this? No, no, stop it. I don't even want that on. Sure. All right. Uh, there was something in GitHub I wanted to check out. Oh, that's right. It was over here. We're getting rarer. Yes. They accepted that PR, which is good. So let's clean up a couple things real quick. Um, Actually, going back, did the other one land? Because we can, yes, it did. Exporting scan error. Okay, that's good. All right. So that means we no longer need this and that or this. And I want to make this a little smaller. GD native ext I think is doing way too much. And I think it could be cleanly divided on the async and, well, yeah, the async bit and then maybe one for the yield, the signal stuff. So that could get broken up into a number of smaller pieces. How's the audio today? I did adjust the levels. I wasn't sure, but I'm hoping that the voice plus music is at a decent range. All right, let's come back into the box. Coming back in here. All right, we're in this code block here. So this defines all of the points, and all of the points are currently correct. And these points represent, or we'll actually show them here. It's very bright. If we go into wireframe mode, it's about right here is where we start. So this is the top left begin, end, and this goes counterclockwise around. Then you have the next point here, here. Right, so bottom left, beginning and end. Then you just continue around. Okay. But we are going to look at this here. I want to change this quadratic Bezier to a path builder dot cubic Bezier with control points are the same, then that basically ends up as the same thing as a cubic or a quadratic Bezier. Control, control, and then top, what was it? Top left end. Oh, and we do not need the line to. Well, that should have been gone. All right. So we're going to try this just with a quadratic Bezier. Oh, no scan error in the root. It's too early. There has not been a new version of Leon published. Or that one. So we'll continue to use those until they're updated. All right. Go ahead and fill off Godot for a moment. You'll have weekend plans. Oh, no, that's actually a tighter corner. Look at that. It's much tighter. Oh, that's right. It's the same if it's 3/4 or 2/3. I forget which. Compiling the game, well, in this case, we changed some large dependencies, so those took a while. But the next iteration, so here, if we change the file again, then you'll see it takes like 3 seconds. All right, now this point right here, and we'll get to the recompiling in a moment once we've actually done some recompiling. But that point there is basically right here. It's where these two lines should meet, this top point and this point. So we want to bring that down a little bit, and then we bring that other one over a bit. Billiar, how are you? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I think this one. Negative top, that one's good. The left point there, as we mentioned, is Godot still open? Yeah, it's right here. And it's actually a little easier to see, like on this corner, because this line and this top line, they meet about right here. And so we want to pull it back to maybe 50% between here and that point. So where that and that uh, point meet. So where is it going to be? It's left, and this is going to be top left begin, wherever the X coordinate is for top left begin. So halfway between there. Oh, there we go. Gonna be 2.0. We need some parens on this. Or, actually, can we have 2 points and just do the math between them? Because I mean, that's a point itself, that these here. So if we just undid that, yeah, let's just go back to having a control point. Control point here is going to be, say, control plus top left begin, bane. So those divided by 2.0, or do I need another point for that? Add's not implemented. That's fine. What do we get on there? I thought they did have add for something. I forget what it was though. Let's go look. This is point 2. You know what? This I love about Rust and cargo. Being able to have your documentation local. Oh, it's a Godot point, which ends up being a Euler point. All right, so if we look at this, or Euclid, I said Euler, which I pronounced incorrectly. It's more like a Euler. I'm still butchering it, but I see. So you can add a vector to it. Or a size 2D? Huh, interesting. Guess that makes sense because points in geometry, can you add 2 points together? Same with C, with Unix's man. Oh yeah. I never, oh yeah. Unix's man pages are really, really good. I like that we can have the library stuff here, and then you can also Rust up doc, and that'll open the Rust one. That's my dark reader. Huh. It's not that great. All right. But I love having that local. All right, so that should be a size 2D instead. Wait, is that okay? It is exported. I didn't think that I had that available to me. Ah, this one needs to be unknown units. Oh, interesting. Are we? So, I think I have Euclid. Yes, curse you, Dark Reader. Curse you. I mean, GD native uses Euclid. Leon uses Euclid. Maybe we should just bring that in, make it available. I think they both export it. Maybe we just this here size 2D. Yeah, let's just add that as a dependency. Oh, you know what? Let's do it this way. Cargo. Say cd rust. Okay. Oh, now it's going through the dependencies again. Did I need specific size 2D variant? I I don't think so. And to be fair, I could have used Euclid from Leon because I think they are re-exported in Leon. Yeah, so the GD native uses the type defs, but I do not think that um, I do not think they actually export size 2D. So because they're using the type alias, we happen to get the add right from Euclid because Euclid implements it. So that's kind of leaking through their interface because I think it's a point two, point 2D from GD native. No, it's oh my goodness, which one? I'm using the Euclid point. That doesn't seem right. I guess it's just looking through the type in. It's basically unwrapping the type aliases here. Because these should be the ones for Lyon, because Lyon needs these. So here's this, that's the point 2D. Lyon geometry, does it re-export it? Yeah, it turns out it's the Lyon one, not for GD native. GD native actually gets the output of this next operation. So GD native gets the result of the tessellation, not we're not using the GD native types to build up the paths that then feed into the tessellation. All right. Oh, it's not implemented for unknown unit. So we can add a size. Oh, this is going to. All right. That's the top one. Now, the same thing for the next one. The top left end. I think we're going to end up with. Should be okay. Unresolved import. Uh, yes, Rust iterators are the best thing since sliced bread. All right, we're going to close down Godot and get it going again. Oh, all right. So the top left. Oh, that looks all right. Here, let's take it out of wireframe. Is that? Let's back up a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. And just think, each time I do that, it's running that code, creating that, tessellating it, everything. Each time we change this just a little. But it seems like it's a little thicker in here now. So maybe that, hold on. We have some other situations we should also take care of. Let's say the top width is 2. So we need to make sure that this also works. That also does work. What will this box eventually do? Um, so this is going to be part of the UI control system. These boxes are going to be combined along with the text rendering that we implemented to be kind of futuristic UI controls with shaders on the borders of these boxes and the background of the boxes, and then also on the text itself. So this here is kind of like an old version, but the box is going to be a selectable UI touch point, right? Some sort of container that has text inside of it. But I also wanted to make it flexible so that I could have like build signage and stuff like that if I wanted to in one of the other games. So then I thought it would be fun. So that actually looks pretty good. It's this here where it's just a little too thick. So instead of, oh, where we left off, oh, down a little bit more here. See, this one was that pi 10. Wait, do we want the inverse of that? I want to see if, so this is one of the numbers that um, excuse me, Leon uses for drawing rounded rectangles. And he uses this to build the curve at the top left, this curve here. Which I remembered, like, maybe that's going to be useful. I'm just unsure if we have, if it's on the wrong side of it. That's going to pull it in. I think it's going to make it thicker, so we might actually need the inverse of that. The 1 minus that. Yeah. All right, next one. Let's kill Godot. Again. Oh, no, no, no. That was the wrong way. Usually it takes me longer to shut Godot down, so 4 or 5 seconds to build a game. Then I tried using a crane lift with it, but there's some things that it just can't compile yet. No, I think this is, oh, I don't know. My first impression, it's too thin. Yeah. All right. So now we know that 5 is too much. Let's rename this. Control offset. No, that's whatever. Go 4, 5. Shut down Godot. Wait for that to build. And because once we have this, then we can fill in the middle. And we're just going to fine tuning it right now. Oh, you know what? That's really not that bad. Might be a little thin. Might pull it back a little bit. When it's pretty good. Oh, oh, look at that. Oh, that's just broken. Oh, I see that. It does go out. Well, those control points. Oh, they're wrong. Wow. You can see where the control points are up here. Huh. I was not expecting it to be going out like that. Okay, that's surprising. Where are we losing that precision? Is it here? Our control point should be the top left. Say top left begin and top left end. Ah, actually that's a little bit different, isn't it? So ideally we want that, because the radius on the left are just slightly different. I don't know, is it that? It might be that. So if we set this back down to 1, that's going to drop that. Sure, 1, 2. Now we have our radius up here. If we start to grow it, so for the top point, for the first point, the y is too high. That would be this, x, y, so the negative top is not correct. But that looks the same to me. It's almost like it's, oh. Uh, the negative top here, negative top there, adding those together, dividing. They are floats. Maybe we're losing some control point. this one here, and make sure that it doesn't go back out. All right, so if we're going to do this, this would be let equal 1 equals, say it's a 0.2. No, it's just a point. No, we're going to have an x and a y. And in this case, our y is going to be negative half? No, boy. But our x in this case, is going to be left. I don't understand why it should go out. Because we're dividing by 2, or rather we're dividing by the, tan pi over 8. Um, but that should keep us in line here. That other, I mean, the other point should be like right there. Like if we were doing the cubic Bezier, it should end up right here. We shouldn't be drifting out as we do this. And I think it has to do with some lost precision somewhere. So in this case, if we just keep top the same, it should be fine. But it's either that or somehow the cubic Bezier is actually going outside, but it shouldn't. Here, where's cubic Bezier here? Here you can see that as long as you stay in line, this should never go out. Even if this goes there and we well, I guess if this was past that, but it shouldn't. And then we'd see something a little different. I think what we're seeing is actually this. It's actually going out the other way. I can't take this side past, but oh, this is interesting. If we just have one control point go out, that might be what we want. I want to try that real quick. Was it left and top? So the first one's going to be there. The second one's going to be the top left end. Yeah, that trying to remember if it's left. I think it's left. Oh, Godot, Godot, Godot. Goodbye, Godot. See how now they're not going outside? There must have been something wrong with those points drifting out. Let's toss this. Normal. Seems acceptable. Yeah, that's livable. And if we give the width on the top, make that 2, that works. Let's swap that back. Let's do left 2. Yeah. Okay, I like this. This will work. That's close enough. All right, let's go to. No, no, it's getting thinner there. Drat. All right, but it's not going back out like it was before. If we reduce this, yeah, it comes to a point. Doesn't jump back out, which is good. Okay. All right. I think it's close, but it's not quite there. So I'm going to undo this. I'm going to fix this. Now the X here, so it's going to be left plus what? Um, plus something divided by something else. What are we going to add to this? So in this case, we have a left. All right, then this one's going to be very similar. So this one's going to be adjusting the Y. It should just be left. Ah, yes, and then here our coordinates are actually flipped. So we have to be careful how we do these. I'm using Dvorak and I still use HJKL. This is on my left hand and this is on my right hand. So this is CVJP. CVJP. I'm also using a Kinesis Advantage Pro that I got for Father's Day almost a decade ago. My fingers have polished these keys. They are smooth. All right. And this case it's going to be top left end dot Y. All right, let's see if that keeps it from flaring out. I'll just control C this. Godot just starts so much. Oops. The problem is, if I get ahead of myself there, I don't know if it actually picked up the change. There we go. Oh yeah, that's not right. That's really not right. Now, which control point is that? Justosophy. Morning. Oh, I think I actually use Vimium in Chrome. Let's see. Now, how do we know which is... Let's adjust the top. Top does change there. Yeah, if we put it way out there, if we go negative top, then it's cool. All right, what do we do wrong? Spot the error. I'm guessing it's this one. This one's fairly straightforward. Oh. Uh, that's already negative. So if that's already negative, then I have to reverse the sign again. Maybe. I think that's right. We'll see. Full thickness all the way around. Let's go into the front view. So we don't want... Okay, it's not jutting out anymore. I think that change... I don't know, we must have been losing precision using the add size or that multiplication. I'm not sure which. This looks close, but not quite right. Is it too thick? I want to get like a ruler out on my screen. That's really, really close, so maybe we just leave it. We can adjust that later. All right, let's get the other four corners. All right, next one. Cubic Bezier 2. No, this one's on the bottom left. Okay. So the first point is going to be, I guess, this one here. The second one's this one. So this is begin, this is end. Got a huge radius on this. Going to be bottom left begin X. Not going to be minus top. Oh, interesting. What is... Technically, I think this is bottom left end dot Y. Yeah, which means that this this should also be the same thing. It says top left begin.y. Maybe I got that backwards. And this is actually why am I doing why am I adding these together? The left and the begin. Oh, that's the gap. Sorry, that's the outside. Okay, no, that's right. That's correct. Okay, now here, top left begin, not y. Y I think is fine in this case. And here, if we do top left end dot x, that actually takes into account, actually it's just the same value. So if these ever change, the other ones will pick it up. All right. So those easy values, bottom left end. Now that should be bottom left begin. Oh my goodness, okay. That's X. There we go. Okay, but now for the other pieces here. Now this is on the left side. So this one's actually curving down and to the right. So, you know what? Whoa. Don't do that. Go back. Thank you. We're just gonna, I don't want to try to map those. I just want to think through it. So this is on the left. It's actually bottom, yeah. Uh-oh. Bottom left begin dot y plus, is there a bottom? What is bottom? Oh, this is the size of the bottom. So it's actually the height minus, it's negative height plus this. For the other side. Probably be, should probably extract those into something reasonable. Like this. What is this actually representing? Let's Let's turn these into reasonable things. Um, that's left. And that one I think is fine. It's the bottom piece. It's bugging me. Because what this actually represents is the size of the margin plus border. That's like the top margin plus border. This doesn't actually give us the coordinates of where these are, just their thicknesses. Actually, it's negative top. It's negative left. All right, then we could adjust some of these. Top offset. So like, what's going on here? This is actually a different value. This is where the radius ends. This here is the bottom offset. This is the right offset. Oh, this is incorrect. This is, okay. Then how many of these other ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 of them. I don't think they're going to be helpful down here, so I'm going to leave them where they are. This is bottom offset. That plus something times that. What is it? That's the left offset plus. Oh, right. That's the bottom left end dot x. All right, that might have done it. Oh, look at that. All right, top left radius. Yes, bottom left radius. Oh, yeah, we got something wrong in there. Oh, it went negative. The offset is just off. Okay, so it's the first control point. This one, the Y here. Bottom left begin dot Y plus bottom offset. Now that bottom offset I think is good. The rest actually rendered correctly. And we used it here and here. This needs to be negative. Right. Oh, this is hurting my head. All right, because we have to flip the coordinate space. And this one's already flipped. This one's already flipped. My head's gonna explode. That's really wrong. Unless, of course, the value, no, that's not a good value. All right. It's supposed to be X in, so this bottom left begin, it should be on the same X coordinate as the line that is continuing. So bottom left begin, X, yes, that's correct. Offset's correct. These here, wrong. So we're supposed to be adding, two points together. The Y position and the bottom offset. Is that, I think that translate correctly. Again, please, 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 no. All right, I gotta think this through. Okay, no more guessing. Let's just write it out. All right, it's 2 points, right? We need to add them together. They're gonna be inside there times offset. We know that. Oops, where to go? It's over here now. Um, Now, the first value that we need to take into consideration is going to be the bottom left begin, y. And we want to add that together. We want to go, Exactly what we had. Unless I was using like bottom left end or something. Okay, maybe, what do we have? Yeah, we had bottom left begin. Oh, and I started changing the wrong ones. That one. All right, let's try that. Now that we've thought through it. Yeah, first control point, not the second one. Okay. I don't know why this seems so hard today. Maybe it's because I woke up like hours early. That's definitely not it. You can see that here's where that first thing is, and then the next control point must be up here somewhere. And when we had this as, sorry, this one, it's positive, then it actually went too far to the left. Because this bottom left begin should be negative. Yeah, negative height plus bottom, yeah, the bottom of the radius, which is basically right there. So that's the y coordinate for this. And that's also negative. That point there is negative. You can see Godot, I think, just to double check, if we change the transform on this, just, okay, the y, we go negative, yeah, that goes down. Yay, it makes sense. All right, so that's a negative value because it's negative height here. Then we add, oh, these are negative values. Yeah, that should work. Okay. All right, so is that offset that got us? The underscore offset? Ah, beautiful. All right, we'll just dial that. It still seems a little thick, a little thin maybe. I don't know, what do you think? Normal, front view. Maybe it's anti-aliasing? I don't know, it just seems a touch off. All right, let's get the other two. Cubic Bezier 2, control 1, control 2. All right, let control 1 equals. Now here we're coming across the bottom, right? So this control point's going to be in this direction. All right. And do we have a value that represents this already? The x here is going to be the one that we have to multiply out. So we'll do times offset. And then this will be the bottom right begin dot y. All right, let equal 2 equals point new. And this will be the other end of it, which should be bottom right end dot x. All right, there's our boilerplate. Now for the fun part. Is this going to be right? Interesting. Why is this just left and not? See, the left offset shouldn't be that. It should just be left. Because we don't flip the sign on this, so left offset is just left. What, oh, actually, let's just make sure we're not using it anywhere else. This here should have been left offset. Which means that we just screwed this up. So we just flipped the sign on this one. Maybe? Okay, quick detour. Uh, we can leave that there. 216, it's under question. I think I flipped the sign on it. Just want to double check that. And that's the second control point of the bottom left. Oh, okay. No, it looks fine. Let's adjust it. Bottom left. Oh no, you can see it curling there on the left. There, we got a little curl. Yeah, okay, so that's 2 points in space. And we want a point between them. So the X is that should be a plus. Did that also mess up the top left? Guessing it would, but didn't. Okay. That one's okay, but this one's not. Wait, which one's actually broken? That's not the end. This is bottom left end. This is the second control point, not the first one. It's this control point again. Seriously? All right. Save and close. And a minimalistic UI. All right, so let's check the top left again. That is misbehaving. Oh, shenanigans. That's not right. Okay, I'm going to undo a little bit just to go back to the point where I flipped that sign. I want to see if that's actually the cause. I don't think it is. Ah, okay, yeah, that's all right. How about this one? Oh no. And then if we get those 2 points to cross, that little point right there, when we get that to cross, then it goes away because those two things are equal at that point. And we don't even bother to draw the curve. I wonder if this is actually the curve coming around. Oh, you know what? We can check because the wrapping, yeah. So it goes out and comes back around. Huh. Yeah, it's starting to go left there. Crosses over. I wonder why. All right, let's print out the control points. Go to debug. Control 1. Control 2. Oops. It's almost there. Okay. Now we should have our control 1 and 2 output. Okay, let's give this a clear. Go to box. All right, so the first one is x of 0.9405. Why? Why? Because our border, our left border is a 1, our margin 0. So if we did our margin to be like 0.5, uh-oh, are we not taking certain values into consideration? Yeah, it goes even further in. We can see now it's like 1.34 or 1.35 if we round. And really, the first control point, that x should be in the same line as this. So it should be at 1.5. So So our first control point is drifting left there. Oh, that's right. Our first control point is actually on the top. Oh, it went past. Our first control point is up here along this axis. That means it went too far to the left. Oh, okay. All right, just gotta shake off the morning. Left, should be left offset. Left offset is not negative. It should be the same as left. Right, because these are positive values. The x values we do not have to flip. It should have been the easy one for us. Top left begin dot x. Yep, that's that. Oh, but where are these points? Left offset should be here. Top left begin dot x is going to be here in this area. So it should be the this is wrong. It actually should be the difference of those two times that, and left offset plus that. I know. I like me some parens. So this should be the difference. This should be to the right always. This is going to be the corner point. So we subtract those two, get the difference, multiply that by this value, and then add that to the top left corner. All right. All right. We might have gotten it. We'll have to see. 1, top left begin. What? Because it should not go below. Oh, I need to flip those. These two. Because this is the higher value. So we produced a -1, then it went below. Yeah, that point was wrong for a long time. All right, got our output. Left offset 1, top left. That is perfect. Okay, now we can adjust the second one. Sweet. Yeah, that's looking better. Okay. You know what? Let's just ask Godot to shut down when we leave it. All right, now the same thing here. Going to be the top, or the negative top. minus let's flip these that way minus that way. I think that's already negative, isn't it? Because top, oh no, that should be top offset. Okay, this is already negative. Yeah, top left offset, yes. We do not need to take that to produce a negative value. And if these are both negative, oh, sorry, no, we want the difference. Undo that. That's correct. All right, now for our gorgeous top left corner. Come on, baby. Big money, big money, big money. Yeah, we lost that one. Oh, what did it say? Our control 2. Yeah, that's not negative. Why is that not a negative? Oh, it's already a negative. Ah, oh, gorgeous. Okay. Hello, friend. Welcome back. Top left. Oh, beautiful. If we go from front view with normal fill, but it might be a little thin still. But man, that's getting close. Just barely. Yeah, that's looking good. Next. All right, now for the bottom left one. And given our learnings here, let's see. We want the bottom offset plus this. The difference of these. Which one's higher? Well, larger in value. I think this. I think we have to swap them. All right, now for this one, it says left offset plus this. Because this will be further to the right. It'll be a higher value minus a smaller value. Multiply it. All right, now we're going to print out. And this will be interesting. This is the first stream I'm doing where the music will not be in the VODs. So we'll see how that goes. All right, a little off. I can see that already. What do we end up with? And this is too far down. This should be below, well, this should be above negative 0.9. And this one, yeah, see here's 9. Our X might have been fine. I think it's just our first control point. Oh, let's close it. Bottom left begin dot Y. Okay, I think that does it. Another gorgeous corner. Very nice. The great thing about this is we're going to be able to animate these properties. So if we wanted to, we could animate this in, like have its width just grow, right? Change the shape of the corners, fade in the text. We'll be able to do all sorts of stuff with this. It's going to be nice. So yeah, we might want to actually take care of manipulate. All right, to the third corner. All right, now this is the bottom right. Yeah, we got the easy ones in there. Now this is going to be, well, this is going to be the right offset. Are we going to be subtracting now? Because this is on the right side. Minus. All right. Now in this case, the bottom right begin, let's see, right offset's a higher, larger value. Okay, now here we switch to the bottom again. bottom offset. Oh, you know what? We should have printed out those control points. uh, bottom right. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Let's check it close up. Oops, where'd my mouse go? There it is. Control 1 and Control 2. All right. It's a new point. X is the fancy bit times offset. Oh, this is backwards. This piece here needs to be the consistent piece. This top right begin X. That's going to be the same as before. Okay, there. Okay. Now this is going to be just as the last one, the last piece we did here. It's going to be the bottom offset plus. Oops. This isn't bottom offset. This is top offset. Top offset. This is top right begin. That's a larger value, so we'll subtract from it top offset. Right. And then for the X on the second control, it's going to be right offset minus, yeah, just as on line 230. Oops. Oh, look at that. We're getting better at this. All right, so this is 10 by 10. If we set these all to 5, does it look like a circle? On the inside, it does not. The outside, it might. Can you see it? It's just barely off on the inside. It is very, very close though. We should just export the offset value. All right, this is, come on, too thin. It's probably going to be too thick. Oops, I should have saved that. No. 0, 1 there. Radius 5, 5, 5, 5. Save it. There we go. Perspective. Front view. Give it a save. Man, that is really close. If we took this, I might just leave it. I do one there, bottom here, there. So far it's behaving pretty well. I think I want to go down one more though. Still just a touch off. There's something about it, something that just not right. I think it's still too thin. Maybe. I thought that that magic ratio that we had from earlier was wrong, but maybe it was just the implementation at the time. Our control points were off. What was it? Tangent of pi over 8? Where do we find that? Let's try this value again. Because if that looks right, we'll just use it. And this day will be the day we remembered. It will be remembered as the day we drew a circle. Yeah, that's too thin. You can see it's actually thicker in the sides there. This is we're just gonna bump it up by 5. I want to see it too thick. All right, proper binary search then. I'm so tempted to just export that. Yeah, much too thick. All right. About 475. Morning, Gemma. Okay, we're gonna use magic. Magic is going to be 0.45 starting out. All right, let's just comment these out. Yeah, I should have done that a while ago. That was much easier than I thought it was going to be. It's pretty quick to export that or to make it available. Box. Oh, it doesn't redraw. Ah, it was too easy. Come on, other window. Oh yes, and there are many, many more commands. We have a bot. Capitan is our bot. Feel free to bug Cappy or ask questions. There we go. Now it'll redraw. All right. Yes, look at that. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, that's enough playing with it. It feels like it's more in this range here. Go 6.465. All right, do we leave this here? What would we call this? This is inner radius magic. Let's hide it for now. If we need that, we'll put it back. Um, that looks all right. Now let's give this a rotation. Reparented box. Hmm. I thought there was an option to add a parent. Anyhow, let's just add spatial. It's fine. Make scene root. There it is. All right, now this. Now, oh, +5 there. Okay, now it is around center. And if we rotate spatial in place, we should be able to see if we notice a wobble. This is going to be on the z-axis. I want this to go quickly. Huh? Notice wobble at all? A little bit. I mean, some of it is a segmentation. It feels a little off. Having a hard time pinning it down though. It might be too thick. If I put my finger on it right there, yeah, eh, it's thicker here by a pixel. All right, so that's too thick. We should have left magic alone. Okay, let's put magic back. Let's save our scene and close Godot, because that's a great test case there. All right, there's magic. Magic goes back. What's it? 046, I think 65. We start out as. There we go. All right. Let's go to 6.0. I'm going to do the same trick as before. I'm just going to super low tech. I got my finger on the screen. I need a post-it note. My finger's moving. Do I have any post-its here? Box tape? Anything? Oh, no, not box tape. I mean like masking tape. Oh, I do have this thing the kids destroyed. Repurpose some ancient masking tape off of a ripped up game box board. Okay. Wait, 0? No, we're not at 0. Let's reset this to 0. Then I'm going to actually put something on the screen. Just very lightly. I'm not pressing hard or anything. Just have it tacked on there. Okay. Now let's rotate this 45 degrees. Okay. Now that that's there, I can change this to match. Okay. Go back to 0 here. Oh no, I still gotta go more. Oh, that's getting so close. That I think is too far, but let's see. Yeah, that went down. Okay, that's a little higher. 47. Oh, that is pretty darn close. It needs to. That is looking really good. Yeah, we're gonna leave that. I think we found it. 0448 is our match. That's good enough for government work. Okay, let's take that tape off the screen. Come on, come on. Ah, there we go. I'll, I'll tape the My Little Pony Monopoly box back together. You heard that right. Okay, so now we can get rid of this. I want this to be the scene root again. Get rid of spatial, delete nodes. Okay. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now, feel like these sorts of things should be um, set up differently. Let's see, inner border counterclockwise. There we go. Outer border or positive winding. Do we have duplication in here? I don't think we do. Yeah. All right. So the next stage, what are we going to do the next piece? So now I've got our box. Wait. Tell me that wasn't. I think we lucked out because I was actually using the bottom of the screen. So it doesn't matter that. Oh, phew. Okay. The circle wasn't particularly round, but it's okay because I wasn't looking at that piece of the circle. All right, now let's go back to a radius of 1 for everything. Those look good. All right, now if we toss a margin on here, yeah, good. Just brings that in. That looks good. Oh, all right. We didn't take the margin into account with the inner portions. All right. So that needs to be fixed. What else? So close. So close. So in this case, our control point is still way out here. Our left offset takes it into account. So does our top because we have margin top in here. So that portion of this is fine. Oops. Well, if the left offset is taking the margin into account, why is this wrong? 'Cause we'll probably see that only when we increase the radius enough. Yeah. Start middle. That inner left corner. Top left. It's this here, the top left begin.x. Border radius. See, this is using left and not left offset. Uh, Actually, it should not be using left offset. But even that has some margin in it. So where are we losing this? It's whatever's larger. The border radius top left, which is just a property, or left. Well, that's the top. That's up here. All right, spot the error. Spot the error. I'm gonna pour some tea. Oh, I have some tea. Hmm. It is cold. Cold tea. All right. Just enjoy this lovely cold tea while staring at the code. I think it has to do with our, like, even these begin and end points. These are just wrong for the inside. It looks like, in this case, the Y is correct, but the X is not. Because in this case, margin's 2. It's also still translated. Let's reset that. There we go. All right, I'm wondering where those points are. Let's see. Going to rotate it on its x-axis 90 degrees. No, negative 90. So that we get the little grid here. You can see it lining up. And let's print out those points. This top left begin and end. Let's just focus on those. Godot debug. All right, there we go. Top left begin is at 2, negative 2. Yeah, so it's at that corner right there. And it feels like it's just not taking. It's 3 now. It should be 4. Where's origin? Origin? Where are you? Okay, yeah, you're where the gizmo is. So it's 1, 2, 3 in. Should be one more. It should be 4 in. And if we give it 0, it's at 2. Yeah, that should actually move it. That's a really good illustration right there. That as we move the left margin, that inner point should also move. So we need to add the margin to that. But why is it not already there? Because this here, it's the max of either left, which has the margin in it, or the border radius top left. Oh, I see. So it's border radius top left max, or border radius top left, or that. Oh my goodness. We need a better way to describe this point. Um, I'm just going to say let points is equal to some. Oh, you know what? We could use just an array now. All right, that's point 0. Points 1, you are top. Okay. Self up. Margin top plus plus minus thing again. I did. This should be the y value. Yes. This is the y value. Oops. Oh, wait. Oh, Rust Analyzer cleared it for me. Thank you, Rust Analyzer. It moved it to the end of the array. Okay. But this here, it's a negative value plus border radius top left. Okay, so that does need to be a negative value. Yeah. Oh dear, what's going on? All right, give me a couple minutes. We're back. 2 minutes. And we're back. Okay. And points 1. Then we could also have control points if we wanted. Clean it up a little bit. Let's just make sure this is working. A little save and quit. And run it again. I'd love it if Godot could reload that library. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought that might be an issue. We were negating the whole thing before. That's it. Okay, better. Yeah, now we have that in there and it's working with the margin. Top, good, it's moving with the margin. Okay, now for the other corners. Then I like extracting this out to this array. Hey, just some new viewer. Godot does not use Rust. Godot is built using C++. However, there is a plugin, a GD native extension, if you will, for Rust, or for, not Rust, for Godot, where you can use Rust. Which command was it? It is GD native. There's a project there. I'm going to change this. I don't like. Or, I mean, really, this should be maybe a tuple. I don't know. It just seems to be like moving the problem, right? Well, I like that, how it looks before I did that. All right, let's just put this back. It's not going to improve. There we go, top offset. I mean, unless each one of these was in that array. All right, so we did those first two. Now this one, the bottom left. Which margin do we need to take into account for this one? Margin, the bottom margin. Yes. All right, I think that's it for that one. Now for the other side of it, the left side, I have this. Technically, I forgot some parens there. All right. All right, that's the bottom left. Let's go again. Oh, that didn't do it. Oh, wait, 2. Oh, it did do it. These should be 2. Now you can see the 2 that are working, the 2 that aren't. Let's look from the top view. All right. Now for the third one, let's save and quit that. Let it shut down. Bottom right. So border radius bottom right. Okay, that's a positive value. It's going to be a self margin right plus self dot. Now for this one, just like the one above, let's see if we can do all of them at the same time. Push our luck. All right, let's just eyeball this, make sure we got it right. So for the bottom right begin point, which is going counterclockwise around the circle, approaching the bottom left corner on the bottom. Yep, so we take the right off of there, that's good. And here, you turn the corner and you take the bottom off of it, good. Keep going towards the top, you get the margin top, then you turn the corner, you get the margin right. That looks reasonable to me. Oh, lovely, okay. And then if we said that, let's see, our margin is 2. Let's say our margin's 1. And our radius, oh, that's the wrong one. Radius, what's our margin? Oh, up there. Our margin is 1. Look, we could just do the same thing that we did before, add another spatial, make it the root node, offset the box by whatever half its size is, -5, 5. Oh, 5, -5 over there, okay. Forgot we switched. And now we can rotate this on the y-axis. Come on, click and drag, there we go. So now you have those points of reference with that grid line around there. And you can see that it's doing pretty well. Let's pull that in a little bit more. Looking at the inner circle here. The inner circle. It's a little, you can see the tessellation, because the tessellation caused this. It's not perfectly round, but you can see Same pixels drawn on the screen. Okay. Very nice. Okay, let's put that back. Make box, the scene root, get rid of spatial, delete that. Goodbye, spatial. All right, reset the transform on this. Rotation, good. Now for our box, no longer have a margin, but I imagine I'll probably use it like 0.5, something small, smaller than that, maybe like 0.1 or something, so that I can just have them butting up against each other in the UI. All right, now radius. Here, let's take this. Oh, come on, save. Thank you. Now the keypad, what was I gonna do? I was gonna go to the game? No, welcome. Welcome is what we wanted. What do we have? We have panel on here. Let's get rid of that. It's just one viewport for a moment. Okay. Yeah, we were getting rid of panel. Either that or we need to change how panel works. Maybe panel has a box in it. Hmm, let's just add a box. It's our box. We can go ahead and split this again. Make this one preview. It's an orthographic projection, but I want it kind of framed in there. I'm gonna turn off some of these other panels. Oh, no, we want box. All right, now for box, we're going to create the border of the whole app. Trying to get that lined up. That's pretty good. Radius, 0.1. Okay. Border width, let's say like maybe 0.5. I don't know. I should add like an all to these, right, so that if you change all in the editor, it does the right thing. Come on, come on. What happened? It's not accepting input anymore. Let's see. Okay, that does. Strange. Save scene. Actually, I want project. Choose welcome. Epic blarg, nice. Uh, do gun manuals have a troubleshooting section? I don't know. And it's just an interesting question in general. There are two kinds of people: those who cannot extrapolate from incomplete data. All right, I have to resize some other stuff. Give me a moment. All right, got box. Move box up. There we go. The hero here, top right, 0.5. Let's increase the height of this border. No, we want just the regular width and height. Something like that. Oh, I love this one. QA engineer walks into a bar, orders a beer, orders 0 beers, orders 9 gazillion beers, orders a lizard, orders -1 beers, orders a blah blah blah. First, I wonder if there's a way to get some device settings. Because if we run this, I don't even know if I could simulate running this on our device here. So yeah, depending on the size of the window, I think we could actually make the game adjust to this. But how do we reason through this? How do I know what the size of the window is? Because we could probably set something up so that now it's going to start resizing the contents of it. All right, Godot, window. Let's see. Now I want window size. Yeah, that. Oh, display width, project settings. That's different, I think. Yeah, this sets it. Okay. Get real window size as opposed to the fake one? What? Oh, including decorators like window borders. Got it. Screen DPI. Interesting. screen size, pixels of the specific screen. If if screen is -1, the current screen will be used. I see. Yeah, we don't want the screen, we want the window. Window size? Okay, yeah, this is it. So we could adjust the size of the UI based on this. So you can see a little bit more, see a little less. Close MIDI inputs. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so we want window size. So it's a getter. And what is it? This is off of OS, OS dot something. Interesting. And how are we going to lay this out? So we could, I know, we're recreating some sort of layout engine. Um, We could have something that looks through its tree here and tries inspecting things to see if they can be resized. That might work. Well, I don't know. See here with the size, the width and height, this here is going to be passed in. I'm going to want something to be able to control that. So I want to put this inside of something else. Maybe some container or some intelligent container. And then inside of it, we have the kind of app, the main window frame here. All right. Let's see if we can get the window one set up. Project, project settings. And we're just going to need some script. Maybe we'll call it screen. I don't know. Come up with a name. Rust source UI screen.rs. Sure. Lib. Oh, we need to wire it up. A mod screen. Come back in here. Handle. Add class. Those little sort. There we go. All right, there we have screen. What? We already had a screen? How'd that get there? All right. Oh, we have source screen and then screen. Huh. Okay, let's just move the other one. Yeah. File not found. We'll move this one. What do you rename this? Source UI screen. There we go. I guess it needs to be spatial. But this is going to be listening to, let's see, do we get events on OS changes? How does Godot tell us that a screen has changed size? Get Windows safe area? Huh, interesting. We just have to scan for it? Resize. What's that off of? Array. Main loop. Scene. Oh. Oh, wow. Are these signals? Oh, good. Okay, so we have signals on, what is this? Scene tree. So the first thing that this should do is get the current width of the window, attach and listen for resize. And how do we get the scene tree? Oh, is it? It's just get tree off of owner, isn't it? So if we go to, let's say, no, not that. Node, methods, get tree. Yeah, that returns a scene tree. Perfect. So we get the tree. Now connect. Isn't it connect? What's this off of? This is off of object. Scene tree is an object. So we're listening for a certain signal. So we give it a target, which will be ourselves, method, and any additional things. All right, and what was our, okay, so signal name, target is going to be self. Well, I don't know, self is not yet created. This, return this later. What were the other params? Method, empty array, on resize, sure. I think we could pass none in this case. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I know where we did this. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Go aside. Yeah, it's over here. Connect, here we go. It's a variant array. Oh, interesting. It'd be nice if I could pass nothing in. And then object connect flags. I think that's the one we want. That should be the default. Oh, by default it's 0. Which one's 0? Which one's 0? Ah, drat. Persist. Deferred, that's 1. 4. Reference counted is 8. It's 2. Or 1. Which one's 0? Oh, hold on. We want to go into the namespace of object, API, object. No. We want API object. And and I'm guessing, oh, and I built this with one gigantic setting. Here, what could we? Okay, we could go look at the source. Let's go look at GD native real quick. I Is it this one or the other one? Yeah. What was this called? This was called connect flags. There is no zero, but by default it's zero. Okay. I mean, it'd be nice if zero was something. I mean, it could be described. There's no reason it couldn't be described. Zero. Oh, it's a option to ref. Oh goodness. What do we do if you can't get that? All right, that'll give us a ref. Now we can just assume safe on it. So if it does exist, the trait as our object. This needs to be cast to an object. Oh, no, to a, because right now we're a native class, and I don't know, how did we do that over here? What is target? Target into base class. Isn't that owner? That's owner. And the base class for signal receiver is going to be, in this case, object. Oh no, I closed the local docs because it was frozen on that gigantic multi-megabyte web page. Give it a moment. It's faster than rebuilding it. Oh, dark readers causing issues on that huge thing. Now, wait. This said object. I just said object. I believe we have to pass in owner because that's the base, but we might need to cast it. Oh, and it wants this new shared. All right, unused result. So this connect, what does that give us? That gives us a Godot result. I have no idea. That's going to be an OK or something else. It's like old school C style. So yeah, we're going to get a result with unit or Godot error. All right. Expect Godot. Otherwise, it'll be unit. We won't have to worry about it. Oh, there. Yeah. Discord finally started up. That's good. All right. So now we need the signal name. We're going to look up that off of this scene tree. Oh, does this even list signals? This doesn't list signals. That wouldn't be that bad to put the signals in here. All right, let me see. Where is a signal even available? Let's see, which signal are we looking for? We're looking for scene trees, signals, screen resized. Oh, it is in here. And these are the signals. Oh, crazy. I wonder if we could do something with this in GD Native. Because it's even got the type information. Oh, that could be nice. We could have something pretty and clean. Let's say default value, false, false, false. Oh, all right. Anyhow, well, it's there. And then we have to export. Let's call it on resize. What's it going to pass in? Nothing. That's fine. There's no arguments being passed here. So when that gets hit, we're going to ask for the scene tree again. Technically, we could just return self here. Oh, unsafe. Is it window size or something? It's a property. Oh, it's not. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's off of OS. All right. And how do we get OS? Is there like a get singleton object thing? Or a singleton class? All right. Ah, Godot singleton. That'll return the static. All right. os.godot singleton. And then it was window size. That's just a property. But is it really a property? Yeah, it's a getter. All right, so then we have the window size. Once this happens, we need to look and see what children we have and then resize them accordingly. Could we do all of this with signals? We might be able to do this with signals. In Godot, can you attach multiple things to one signal? Of course you can, right? So we could attach like a resize to this. So we could have screen emit some sort of resize. That actually gives us a nice abstraction because if we wanted to put something else that could emit resize in in the middle, that'd be fine. All right. Just looking at some of that. I think it's in like native class has a class builder. Let's go look in native script for a minute. This class builder has, oh, what's this? What's add method advanced? Add signal. That's what we want. All right, that's the same thing we were looking at. Is that this one? I think it's in register with. Yeah, like so. We can add a signal for resize. The alternative would be to have some sort of registration system where when a child is added, it can ask its container. It can register itself with its container for resizing. Should be fine doing this with signals. Hmm. All right, now in this case, I think we could do self.register. We could have a register function in here. What are the parameters for this though? I see. Where we give it a screen. Return type? Nothing. Okay. Kind of feels like this should be some sort of something else, some sort of mix in or something. Args. Arg. What are these args here? This is a signal. Let's look at what signal is. Signal argument. That's a lot for a signal. All right. Signal argument. Oh, there's a default. Oh no, that's whether or not it has a default. All right. I want to look really quick to make sure we're not doing this the wrong way. Yeah, that here. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna pilfer this or reappropriate. All right, so we're gonna have a width and then a height. From F64. Sure. We could pass it as like a tuple or something, like a variant array, but that might have more overhead. But it feels like the signals might work, but it also feels like a lot of wiring to do. Kind of like you have to keep climbing the tree until you find your parent, and then you listen to that parent's width and height changes. All right, I mean, it'll probably work, but we're gonna want some way to, share this code. I mean, maybe we end up with some macros that fill in some of the this portion of it, or we just have a component that sits in the middle, like container, right? And it listens outside and resizes things that are inside. And then any component that, but this is the tricky part. If a component needs to be sized, does it size itself? That's one way of doing it. Okay, let's just keep going. Hey, I'm part of such and such, and then this thing just, you know, I don't know. That might be better to have some sort of layout object that everything just registers itself with. It's like the same thing. Yeah, we could end up with some global layout object. Right? What'd that look like? Just gonna drop some notes here. We need some way to query children. So when something is added to the scene, it is registered. That might work. In Godot, isn't there like an added to scene? Node added, signal. That would give us a node. Then if we had some way to query it, because we don't, that could be any type. We would need to know what the type for this is. Ooh, I think we're gonna have to noodle on this one. Because then we could have types that represent layout. I think the layout one is actually a little bit more complicated, but keeps all the layout logic in one place. But then we have the Godot scene tree to contend with. It's not like these things are just free floating. They exist. They exist in the graph, and we could take advantage of that. All right. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? I I'm leaning towards, or just emitting events. Things that are interested need to get wired up. But doing that means that we have to climb the tree and ask, hey, are you a container? Are you a container? Because we might end up with something like this where, menu is a container and box might not be a container. Or let's pretend that box is, but let's reprint to new like spatial. Let's say spatial's there, right? Like, hey, that's great that spatial's there, but it's not a container. And what if we did want to adjust the X position and not just the width and height of something? In that case, we have to take the scene into account. Tricky, tricky, tricky. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to noodle on this, think about this for a while. I'm going to call it. I know it's kind of early today, but I've been doing this for 3.5 hours, and I redid a bunch of stuff before even starting the stream today. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna browse sci tech for more Rust programming. Let's see, we got. All right, we're gonna raid Ash Fox. I wish I knew if that was a zero. It looks like a zero. Their name. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Glad that you've hung out with me. Gonna raid so hard. Yes, here we go. And 3, 2, 1.